All right, we're back for another episode of Friends since 1998. Back on a Monday evening.
Monday evening.
Monday evening after a crazy weekend.
After a crazy work day also. But
After
yes,
a crazy work day. No doubt. We had a great weekend actually.
Yeah, we went to my new place. It's not ready yet.
There's no fridge, bro.
There's no fridge. But do you really need a fridge?
Fridge is a state of mind.
Fridge is a state of mind. But
We used icebox that day. It was so
we
fun.
used an ice box.
We used an ice
No, I
box.
bought it just for the day itself.
Oh, shucks. I did not know
I mean,
that.
eventually I want my own ice box, right? Every man wants to own their own ice box.
It's important, especially if
Yeah.
you go for picnics and stuff.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
have
I picnic
kids.
every day.
Hey. That's because his wife name's Nicole, just for the listeners at home. We went to his place. You know, it's a crazy time because you're spending a lot of money on this thing. Welcome.
I'm in debt.
Yes, welcome to the club of Homeowners Association, where not only do we pay the mortgage, but conservancy. You gotta pay all the bills.
I've
all
got
the bills.
utilities.
Everything under your name, internet. Wait
Expensive.
till it starts stacking up. I thought today would be a very fun episode to talk around this, and we'll dive into it in a little bit. But before that, I wanted to shout out our unofficial sponsor. Okay, they're not really our sponsor because
Yet.
Yet.
They're not our sponsor yet. Yeah.
I just wanted a reason to have this drink on set. This is Monster Energy. What is it called? Ultra Peachy Keen. Keen is usually used as an adjective. I'm not sure why it's peachy keen, but
I have no idea, but it's nice.
it's nice. It's nice. We had a sip just now and it tastes like Poca peach tea.
It actually has 0 grams of fat, 0 sugar, vitamin B3, B5, B6, B12, and ginseng.
And ginseng. You
Ginseng,
can't go
dude.
wrong with ginseng, honestly.
Yeah.
My wife, after watching the last episode, she said that there are better ways to get vitamin B in your body. And I was like, I know, but still, what's going to tide us through on a 8 p.m. Like we're recording so late.
Okay,
today.
take one is at 8 p.m.
Take one was at 8 p.m. And now we're like, later in the day. I kind of need the energy from
It's been a
somewhere.
long day.
It's
I know
been
it's
a
only
long one.
Monday, but it's been a long day.
It's been a long one. So today we have some listener questions or listener feedback that we have from the last
Cool.
episode. And also I've got some great trivia for you. So
Ooh.
I think you need to strap yourself in. Let's do a quick cheers before
Cheers, my dude.
we jump right in.
Monster.
Okay, so today our listener check-in is people have been responding quite well to some of the clips, especially the one where you are talking about how trash you are.
Oh yeah. I had some people DM me
They DM'd you about how
in
trash you.
agreement.
Oh, not the kind of affirmation you were looking for.
No, they all agree my wife is the best.
No, that is facts. Actually,
Yeah.
pure facts. I'm glad you found someone who's really up to your speed.
Yeah.
People also, I think someone said they want us to help them
Yes.
break up.
We
at
got a
first.
comment. Someone wants that help.
All right, the offer is still open for anyone. Yeah, if you guys want us to help you break up or confess to someone,
It's free.
it's a free service. I'm not joking. We will
fact,
literally do
we'll
it.
probably pay you to do it. To
We'll spend money to help you make it a reality, and it'll be awesome. It's kind of like a anime dream of mine, to help someone do that massive, mega confession.
Confession. I
Or
thought like a
breakup,
message.
or breakup.
I was like,
I don't mind doing
okay.
the breakup as well.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? The kind where we kidnap and fake the guy's death or something.
Dude, we should make them an anime opening as the confession.
Okay. I would do it as like a teaser trailer, when the
Yeah.
new season of an anime comes out, we'll do it that style.
And the girlfriend be like, how come they're not together?
Yikes. Yeah, we have we've been posting tons of clips, so thanks for watching them. What's the best way to help us when it comes to these clips? It's by sharing them and saving them.
Saving them would help, but share them with a friend.
Share them with a friend that
Share
you
them
think
with a
will
friend.
find it interesting.
Or tag a friend in the comments.
Yeah. Because we want to help these folks. If you tag them that you feel like they need help,
Yes.
I didn't say this the last time, but if you think your friend is in a bad spot, like they are stuck in a toxic relationship and you need an intervention
You look at me when you say
because
that.
you were the one that needed it back then. We will help. We will engineer
Yes.
the intervention.
Because sometimes it's hard to intervene.
It's hard. Sometimes it'll take a year to get there. But
Actually,
it'll
Ell
get
just
there.
wants to be a part of an intervention. He's
Yeah,
got the
please.
banner.
Please,
He's got
please.
the game plan.
I've done
Yeah.
it once. I can do it twice.
Yeah.
That's every man's sales dream. All right. And today's topical trivia. Okay, this is going to be fun.
All right.
I'm going to ask you about some psychological phenomenons/studies.
Okay.
Let's see if you can guess what they're about. I can
Alright.
explain it. I just want to do this because I think it's super clippable. Also, by the way.
Okay.
So, do you know what the Hawthorne effect is?
Wow. I feel like I've heard this before. The Hawthorne effect.
The Hawthorne effect, like Hawthorne Heights.
Okay, so I know two things that involve the word Hawthorne.
Yeah.
Hawthorne, the fruit.
The flakes. Yep.
Hawthorne Heights, the band.
The band. Yes.
They're both sweet. So I'm guessing it's relationship driven.
Okay. It is quite relationship driven, I would say. It's relating between two things for sure.
Is it that you have a misconception of how good something is?
Close. Well, we'll talk about another effect later. But the Hawthorne effect is the observed phenomenon where individuals change their behavior, often performing better, simply because they know they are being watched or studied.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
So it's like-
most of us.
This actually is really bad for micromanagement because it seems to suggest that if someone's watching you do your work, chances are you're going to do better. But I feel like most of the time, when I've done that to people in our office, it never works out well.
Well, I think it depends on why the person thinks you're watching them, But that's quite cool. So wait, if someone watches me or I perceive that someone's watching me, I will perform better.
So that's what the study suggests. Actually, this study came out from an electric company. An electric company called the Hawthorne Works Factory in the 1920s did this study and observed that any form of intervention can alter the behavior or potentially distorting the ability for this person to do better work. So like, let's say for example, you're in a factory, right?
Okay, yeah.
Everyone's assembling stuff in the factory.
yeah.
Like if there was someone just standing there and watching over, maybe out of fear or something, this is very Big Brother.
You do better work.
Yeah, it's very Michel Foucault kind of like panopticon where if if you have a feeling that people are watching you, you're kind of on edge and you just tend
Is
to
that why
perform
NUS students do so well?
Yeah, they're always being watched. So
That's cool.
that's the Hawthorne
I
effect.
learned a new use of the word Hawthorne. I know three ways to use Hawthorne.
Yeah. Okay, the second one, it's kind of linked. It's called the Pygmalion effect.
Pygmalion effect.
The Pygmalion effect.
Okay.
Do you know what the Pygmalion effect is about?
This I kind of do.
Yes.
Okay, so I might not articulate it the best way, but if you see the good in someone, the person will have the tendency to perform well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's very much like what you described, right? So the Pygmalion effect is basically if you put higher expectations on someone, they are
Yeah.
more likely to rise to the occasion and meet or surpass those expectations.
So you need to put the expectations on that person. Okay.
It's like if a teacher comes up to you and says like, I think you can do so much better.
Yeah.
I think I can definitely see the potential. Chances are if the kid sees that, oh, actually someone can see more than me,
That's wonderful.
chances are I'll get there. Yeah.
How come no one applied this when I'm in school?
I mean, maybe depends on your teachers lah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
But the Pygmalion effect is a great story. It's actually based off this Greek sculptor who loved his sculpture so much. He's like molding it in clay.
Yes.
He thought it was like, this is the most beautiful thing ever. And he liked it so much that the statue came alive.
They made a movie, Geppetto, right? Or what's
Yeah,
his name?
yeah, it's Pinocchio.
It's Pinocchio.
We should call it the Pinocchio effect
The
instead. Yeah.
I thought that's when you lie and then
the
you...
Geppetto effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Pinocchio effect is much more different. So that's the Pygmalion effect. And the last one is the Dunning-Kruger effect.
I feel like I've heard this before, but the Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah.
Is it a fallacy?
It's not a fallacy, but it is the most negative, I think, out of all these three effects.
Ooh, the most negative.
I'm going to like Google this just to make sure I don't like mess up the
Okay.
explanation, but I kind of know what it's about.
The most negative. Is it if you assume the person will fail, the person is likely to fail?
Wow, what you're describing is the opposite. You're describing the opposite of the Pygmalion effect.
You mean like a negative Pygmalion effect?
Like a negative. That's called the Golem effect, where and the Golem is like a shitty clay sculpture also.
Yeah.
So if you think like, oh, this is ugly as shit, it will never turn to life because it's just yeah. So that's the Gollum effect. The Dunning-Kruger effect is this. I'm gonna say it verbatim here.
Okay.
It is a cognitive bias where people with low competence in a particular area overestimate their abilities, while experts often underestimate their own competence. So it's like, if you think you're damn good at this thing, chances are you suck at it. Or if you're very verbose about it, you know? You're like, I got this, no problem. And then it's like, usually you suck at it. And usually the person is like, oh man, I'm not sure if I'm good enough for this
But
thing.
I think I'll try.
But it's like, will I be able to do it? Chances are this person knows more than they think they do.
So was Dunning the guy that overestimated himself and Kruger the
What
one
is
who
the-
underestimated himself?
You know
or
what?
themselves?
The Dunning-Kruger effect origins. That's a great thing to Google. It's actually done by a pair of researchers or psychologists from Cornell University in 1999. David Dunning and Justin Kruger.
Nice.
Yeah, you learn something new every day. This is something which I should have known because this was raised in school a long time ago.
I want to read about this more because it's almost like a mindset, right?
It is.
Yeah.
A lot of the effects that you're noticing from this, I think are great examples of how you and I, especially in our careers, have like thought about mentorship. We've thought a little bit about competency. We've thought a lot about are we good enough for the jobs that we want to do? In fact, sometimes we land up in jobs that we don't necessarily know whether we're going to be good at, but we try.
Sometimes we are in jobs that we don't know if they're good enough for.
Absolutely. So today's episode, we're going to talk a lot about our narrative journey through our careers. Whenever that might have started, it's still ongoing today. I thought it would be fun to talk about the what ifs if we took different, paths in this life. It just so happened that you and I, as best friends, work in the same office.
We've been working together for 6 years.
6 years. And we've, it was I don't know how conscious I was at the start of I can't wait to work with my best friend.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I can't imagine a world where I don't work with you.
You mentioned this before, right? Because at this juncture, at 6 years, we've probably worked together more than we've not in our careers, right?
Yeah,
so
for
if you
sure,
look
for
at
sure.
a times 2, right? So 12-year, I haven't had a 12-year career, right? As in a 12-year full-time career, right? I've worked more years with you than without you.
Oh, that's so true.
Right?
That's so true. As a full-time job, yes,
Yeah.
that's true for me as well.
Yeah.
But I think if I could describe my career, it's very likely that I think the early seeds of who I am today started as early as 21, maybe even earlier, because I was teaching in some spaces, like my mom's speech and drama school and stuff like that. But based on who I am today and the competencies I practice, it's a much more, maybe call it 14 years for me. Yeah. So there are many points in our lives that I think could have, splintered into basically your Avengers Endgame version of alternate reality.
Yeah. I was in Infinity War for sure.
Yeah, you were definitely. You got snapped from me for a long time. And I thought, what are some of the what ifs that we could talk about? Because
This is interesting.
you and I have a very storied decision making, moments.
We've had, I mean, depends what you define as a career, right?
So maybe we can start off with what your career choices were. Describe to the folks at home the stages of the jobs you've taken, full-time. Yeah.
I mean, let's start with why, right? So as a kid growing up, so I need some background here. So my mom, right, and I'm a super mommy's boy, she's worked one job her whole life. She spent 48 years in the same company doing advertising sales. So as a kid growing up, I follow her to work and I'll look at rate cards. I was counting CPM and I was like, ooh, this is pretty fun, right? So I kind of want to do media as a job. So I think as early as 17, I knew I wanted to do something marketing, something media. And that was really the first career choice, right? Because most people don't know I went to JC first for 4 months. And then I was like, oh, GG, I'm not going to study here. I'm going to fail. And I was like, okay, let me apply to poly, right? And I think we'll talk about in another episode about our school culture, right? And we're not really a poly kind of culture. So I had no idea what poly. All I know is Temasek in the east and look for a diploma with the word marketing inside.
Is that the only poly that's still in the east?
I think so. Yeah, it's the only poly in the East.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and I mean, thankfully, I had a pretty good R4 score, as most Maris did, right? So, like, every course was applicable. So, I was like, okay, 80 cents of the dollar is in the headline. I'll just look for the course with the marketing inside. And Temasek is the only one that put marketing in their title. Everyone else buried it under business administration. So, I was like, you know what? I'll appeal there. Because I knew I wanted to do marketing, thanks to my mom. But I didn't know what about marketing I wanted to do. Until, like, I took a bunch of modules and I don't have a creative bone in my body, right? The only thing I'm good at or half decent at is probably math, right? So math plus my mom and media, I think I should be a media planner. And how I ended up in my first job as a media planner was by pure luck. We used to sell kendamas at Tampines, and one day, Saturday, I was just down trying to sell to parents the benefits of kendama, and this lady walks up and she's like, hey, what are you actually doing? Do you just stand here every day selling kendama? I was like, no, I'm a student, I'm in Wikimwi, I want to be a media planner when I grow up. And she looks at me with this like confused look and goes like, oh, I'm actually like a media planner. Here's my name card, could you drop me an email? And that lady turned out to be my first internship boss and then my first full-time boss. Yeah, so
this was at Mediacom.
This was at Mediacom.
Yeah.
So it was super. She wasn't at Mediacom at that point of time, but when she moved over to Mediacom, she was like, hey, are you still looking for the internship? Do you want to come by?
Shit. Okay.
I had a very microscopic view of what a media planner was. I just knew the term and I maybe took like one module, but yeah, my first real career choice, I would say, is to study marketing.
Wow.
That's all, yeah. It's not.
No, I think that's crazy. As in, do you not have like other ambitions back then? Or, I mean, that sounds very negative, but like, did you have any alternative things that you were like imagined as a kid that you would have done?
Like real ambitions, is it? Like
As in,
feasible
like,
ones?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some kids who are like, I want to be a SCDF guy. I mean, they say like a firefighter lah. But
I mean, I wanted to be a Power Ranger lah. But
okay.
yeah,
You could. I mean, there is a Singaporean who turned to a Power Ranger.
I
right?
mean, teenagers with attitude just take K-pops now, right?
Yeah. No, not teachers attitude. Yeah, K-pods, TikToks.
Yeah, so actually no leh. You know, okay, so I knew I wanted to be a marketer since 17. And the only other job, okay, because in 17, like, you'll see this in a Teacher's Day episode, right? But I had this teacher called Mr. Steven. He was like, oh, you know, the highest echelon for a marketer is to work at Procter & Gamble. They are like the most big, they're called the marketing company. So I was like, yeah, sure, okay,
Oh
cool.
shit, spoiler alert, he did it.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I will, try one day for that. And I actually got rejected from an internship at P&G around the same time I was applying to MediaCom. So I don't think I've wanted to be anything else but a media planner.
That's kind of crazy.
Which is kind of niche, kind of microscopic, but I don't know. That's just the journey, I guess.
No, that's interesting. Like for me, I'm like so different. Like when I was a kid, and this was like, I've always thinking like what I want to do when I grow up as a child. I wanted to be like a filmmaker. I wanted to be like a lit professor, and as in like both a lit professor in like a cool way, but also like a English literature professor. I wanted to be like a psychologist. I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. And in some ways, I fulfilled some of these things. Like
most of those things.
Well, filmmaker, I did like YouTube stuff. I mean, this is at some level.
That's a film.
At some level, it's creating film type things. Not as cinematic for sure, but it's fun. I've done some stand-up comedy already in like open mics and sometimes
that's how
get
I met my
invited.
wife.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, a lot of our friends, their partners, have met via my stand-up sets.
Go to a stand-up show.
Go to a stand-up show. I think that's where you'll find love.
You'll find love
because you'll find the same humor, right? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Dude, that's actually damn solid advice.
Yeah.
If you want to find love, go to a stand-up comedy show. Chances are you'll vibe with the people there.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh shit, I just blew
It
my
took a while to get there, right?
I think my mind just blew my mind.
Go to a stand-up comedy show.
That's crazy. So like, as a kid, I had all these different things I wanted to do, and I always had this paralysis of like, what am I going to choose?
That's crazy.
It's so hard,
Then how did you step into your first career? I mean, I would take it as like wild banana, right? It's your first career. So how did you step into it if you were flooded with choices?
Okay, let's set the context here. Do you remember us going to Suntec one day?
I very much remember this.
Yeah. The story is we're watching. This is when League of Legends, for all the kids out there who are playing in the modern day, This is when League of Legends first came to Singapore.
Yes.
So we were playing like US servers because there was no local
We
distributor.
were playing beta on North America.
We were playing beta in North America, and they had first brought League of Legends to Singapore, and they had a little showcase in a small little, it's not even an exhibition hall. It's just literally in the middle of some part of the wing in Suntec.
Yeah.
Right? It's an open area. People just walking
It's
by.
the atrium.
It's like an atrium area.
Yeah.
That's right. And people are playing the game, and there's a shoutcaster who's like commentating on their game.
She was a StarCraft 2 shoutcaster, if you remember.
Yeah. And we were all like, my God, this person has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. And it's not her fault, right?
It's not
a
her fault.
relatively new game.
Yeah, it's a relatively new game. And John is the one who prodded me and is like, hey, you should tell them that you can do better.
Famous last words.
And I was very audacious about it. So I went up to one of the staff members who looks very friendly. And she's very nice lady who I got to become friends with later on. I went up there and was like, hey, I don't know what. Actually, I don't know why I said it. But I did regardless. I said, you want something better than this next time? Give me a call.
Wait, we'll redact the name. Is it Jasmine?
Yeah.
We'll censor the part where I say her name.
I went up to her and I said, hey, next time you want something better, give me a call. And then she was like, okay.
Because she's really nice.
Yeah, she's really nice.
Yeah.
And for some reason, not long after, I get a call saying like, hey, you're the guy that told me that you can do better, right? We have this event coming up and we need someone to cast it. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm down.
This is at Colosseum at Bugis Plus?
No, yes, it's for the first ever, this thing called Garena Carnival.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
It was like some Halloween thing. You remember going and
We dressed up, right?
We dressed
This was
up.
at upstairs, the arena.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when they still had the Garena Cafe and all that stuff.
It wasn't a Garena Cafe. It was at the land shop upstairs.
The land shop, yeah. I can't remember how it looked like. But I remember the cafe is like outside and then like there's something on the inside.
No, but the day we wore the camo, was it not at the... They haven't built Garena.
Oh, they haven't built it. It's still
It's still Colosseum at the Film Guard level.
That's right.
Yeah, they hadn't built
the Garena Stadium.
Garena Stadium.
That's right.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They hadn't built it yet. You're right. So it's like there's like arcade games and all sorts of stuff happening because it's a carnival. And they just passed me the mic and say like, hey, right, go for it. And I had so much fun.
Yeah, it was the best.
It was the best. And I got paid and it was just like, what the heck? So we did that, and there were many more instances of them asking me to come back.
Yeah.
They even sent me up to Malaysia for the equivalent of the event.
Oh yeah.
To go and like cast in like Berjaya Times Square, and I was like, wow.
Were you doing this with Darren that time?
Yeah, I was doing it with one of our good friends, Darren, at the point in time. But then, I decided to hone it as a craft because I thought that was so cool.
Literature.
Yeah, and I love the broadcast components, right? I was learning so much. And it was from there, because I stayed on in Garena for so long, at that point in time, the lady in charge is Lingy, who's still with Wabana today. She said, hey, you're quite funny. Do you want to do this like YouTube thing that we're doing? And I was like, whatever. I mean, I'm happy to contribute. I'm not a man about money at that point in time.
Yeah.
I just needed money to go to school.
You're still not a man about money.
I know, unfortunately. Not the greatest thing you want to hear from a business owner. But I was like, I'll do it. We did a bunch of different videos, and then suddenly it went viral. Right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wow, Banana in the matter of like 6 weeks or something like that.
I don't think anyone had seen that in Singapore yet. Like, as in that style, or it wasn't mass market.
It wasn't mass market.
It was a format that existed, probably, but like it wasn't mass market.
That was the era of like vloggers, you see.
Yeah.
So people like Dkosh.
Oh, I was gonna say like Jenna Marbles, but okay, Dkosh.
Locally, like
locally,
is like Tosh, Dkosh,
Xia
Xue. I mean, everyone's like doing vlog style type things, and it's not like super curated. It's not the Casey Neistat versions of vlogging. It's literally like talking to the camera. This is like Siley was around. It's like hello,
Siley. Shout out to Siley.
That's that era of things. So when we started doing skits, it like just went out of control, and suddenly we were getting like 10K views, 20K views, 100K views.
Yeah, I don't think... actually, you were ahead of your time in the short form content.
In the short form. I mean, for YouTube back then, it was kind of crazy. And that was the foot through the door. Like, I didn't choose that life. I stumbled into it.
Well, I would say your audacity.
The audaciousness is what got me through.
Yeah.
And I still think it gets me through to many things today.
Most days it gets
Most
us through.
days, yeah. So like my career was always like that. And I was still doing university. I was on the cusp of doing university. So I got to play around for like 3 years
Yeah.
before I graduated from uni. And that's when the first big choice happened. It was like, do I stay on? I mean, we had 3 potatoes and all that, right? As splinters after a banana. I was like, do I go on the academic path because I love it so much? Or do I like keep doing this media thing where it's so fun?
And I don't know if you remember this, but you had a government path. Do you remember? You had that government job.
Yes, I could have done so many things back then. It was like paralysis, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I could have done something in Intel back then as well. Like,
Oh, really?
as in like intelligence.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
Intel, you could be a millionaire
powered
right
by
now.
Pentium, yeah.
Oh.
No, my brain not mathy enough for that place.
Right.
But yeah, there was so many different things. So that's the inception. Then there was the big choice. And even then, after the whole continuing in 3 potatoes and doing media stuff, when it was over, and that's a story I think we can talk about for another time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That entire era I think is very fun to unpack. I was like, what am I going to do from here?
Right.
I was so lost. It's like, do I go back to 9 to 5? Do I pursue that academic dream? And that's when we started a board game company.
Yes. We pursued the dream.
We pursued the dream. I was like, we're going to make it big out of here. Like, give me that $1 million paycheck and let me get out.
You mentioned stumbling onto it. Do you felt that there was a major choice at any one point of time, or was it going with the flow? What were the major choices?
What were the considerations?
Yeah, what were the considerations?
I think for choosing between whether I take up 3 potatoes as like my career-defining gig, because after you graduate, everyone's like, hey, time to get that consistent paycheck.
Yeah, let's get a job.
Just get a job, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be that meme of a literature student where I work in like Starbucks as a floor manager. Like, everyone would joke with me. It's like, hey man, congrats on the lit degree. Either a teacher or you're going to work the floor at name your fast food joint here.
Would you like fries with that?
Yeah, I was like, I can give you a shake anytime, bro. I think I had to make some major choices. But I'm the kind of guy that I like fun. I really enjoy fun.
Yeah.
And thinking about studying for another 5-6 years, doing a PhD, that would have been very fun, but there was no guarantee of fun.
Yes.
I was like, and I would have to travel.
You almost though.
I almost
There was
did.
almost a reality where someone he was seeing,
Yeah,
he was
would
going to
have
take the
convinced
masters
me.
with.
100%. It was just like, and I say this with all sincerity, I really couldn't bear to be away from my friends for another 5 years.
Yeah,
I did that for 6 months and I really struggled. Another 5-6 years of being abroad
Yeah.
was gonna kill me.
By then we'll be living in your house already lah.
Exactly. I was like, okay, no, not happening. So that's the choice. But the what if of it is always interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I ask myself, if I didn't choose to do media, what else would I have done? And the answer is, like, it could have been anything. At that point, I would have like either become really, really good at analyzing comic books, because that was like kind of the
That was
academic
your thesis.
field.
Your thesis.
My thesis, my academic field that I really wanted to master myself in and carve something special was already in that creative frame. You know, it was like, reading panels, interpreting
You could have been
art.
comic book guy.
I could have been comic book guy. that would have been super duper cool, in my opinion. But the what ifs I think we made into a reality was, I always thought, I wish I made something. And I think I only took that big leap of faith. Everyone was convincing me like, hey, maybe it's time to go work at MediaCorp. It's like, you did a MediaCorp show. Yeah, they were like, you've already done like several MediaCorp shows, why didn't you just go work there? I mean,
You're probably doing a podcast by now if you went to MediaCorp.
nah, they probably won't let me. They have the audacity, but I just don't like getting censored. That's why I'm doing my own shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's not like anyone's going to censor you right now.
You know, who can? You tell me. Editor, you gonna censor me? I'm talking to myself.
No, but this is the part where you just get cut off, right?
Yeah.
Mic cut. Then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wow.
So I think I made that audacious choice to go to you guys and be like, who wants to invest? Sharks, do I have a deal for you? I want to start a board game company.
Okay, let me ask you a left field question. What if I didn't start it with you?
I think we not have lasted 6 years, bro. This company would be dead.
No lah, it won't be. Right? But you would still have gone ahead.
I would have done it. I think knowing who I am, the what if here provides a very interesting thought experiment, which is it's very hard for a person to look back and think that their choice was awkward or strange. I think if you really throw yourself into the idea,
Yeah.
you will believe like that was the main timeline regardless.
I think it's impossible to not ask what if.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost not instinctive to go like, like imagine 5 years down your career and you're still thinking like, what if, right? Isn't that something for you to wrestle with yourself?
Oh, absolutely. But I asked myself, like, if I didn't, let's say I didn't do this board game thing with you guys, I really do think I would have worked a 9 to 5 in some. Do you think I would survive in a corporate 9 to 5?
You would survive at McDonald's, bro. With your lit degree.
With my lit degree. I'll be like, all right, guys, during our breaks, we're going to read some Pride and Prejudice.
No, I mean, having known you for so long, I think you have rolled with whatever you were given and made the most out of it. You would have found alternate ways to create things. Because let's say we went 9 to 5 still, right? And didn't do this whole board game thing. We'd probably be making something at night.
Which is what we already did last
Which we are doing right now.
Exactly. I was like, what do you mean what if? Like it's this right now.
We have made a board game or we have made a show.
Yeah, true.
I mean, if I look back, career choice, I think our first career choice was to point a phone camera at each other and hit each other with a chessboard at 14.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the first career choice.
That's true.
Actually, sorry, I have a better answer to your question. What did I want to be when I grew up? I wanted to be a cast member of Jackass. But not like the Jackass. I wanted us to have our own Jackass show.
Yeah.
Like Numbnuts. Like, remember
Numbnuts. Dude,
I really wanted to be
I
on
wonder
Numbnuts.
what happened to the guys who did Numbnuts.
At Paul Tuhill.
Like Paul Tuhill and the nerd guy. I mean, like, bespectacled man.
Is it
Hutch?
Hutch, right? Yeah.
Wait. No, Paul Tuhill was not in Numbnuts.
No. He's in Chick vs. Dick.
He's in Chick vs. Dick. Yeah. That was with KK and Paul Tuhill.
Yes,
that one was fun as well.
My bad.
Yeah. I keep thinking Starsky and Hutch, but
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah.
Butch
and Hutch? No, wait. No.
Okay, we're gonna Google short break while we search who are the members of Numbnuts.
Numbnuts.
Singapore. Free slaps and tattoos. Mike Braun Hutch. I don't know.
Mike Braun, yes. He was.
Is he Hutch?
Yeah, one of them is Hutch and one of them is Mike. Mike and Hutch. That's right.
And Hutch. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I wonder what they're doing today, and I wonder if they'd be up for more filming.
Dude, I would love to have. We should do an episode with them.
Yeah, we should. Oh man.
I mean, if people watch this and they know either cast member of Numbnuts,
I'm down to collab. I'm down to collab.
You know what? I will spend money to boost this video, and hopefully it will reach someone who knows a member of Numbnuts. And we're gonna do free slaps / tattoo, whatever the episode is about.
Do you know what the episode was about? The loser had to get a tattoo of the other person's choice.
Or on the ass cheek, right, or something.
It was like, I think it was above like the groin area.
Oh yeah.
And it said like his ex-girlfriend's property.
So yeah.
I could imagine us doing that.
Yeah. So okay, in 2010, before this whole media planner bullshit, right, I wanted to be on Numbnuts.
I think that would be very fun.
Yeah.
Playing durian dodgeball and the likes. that was quite a dream, honestly.
Yeah, I think about the cameras we have today and all the new things we have. We can have so much fun.
Could do some insane edits as well. Yeah. It will go crazy on TikTok.
We will recreate Numbnuts
Oh my god.
to celebrate our 100th episode.
Well, at 34 years old, I could see that. I could see us doing that. I could see us doing that.
I got what? Any dog. What's it called? White coat? I don't know.
What are you talking about?
We have some tele dog, right? Like one of those call insurers guys.
Oh, yeah. Any dog. Doctors Anywhere.
Doctor Anywhere. Yeah.
DA.
We're good.
Yeah. You'll be safe. You'll
be safe.
You'll be safe. I think like maybe if you didn't, I know back then when you were thinking of, when I proposed the venture to start something with you, you were already on the verge of like quitting your job.
Yeah.
Say for example, I didn't come to you with a crazy idea. Do you know what you would have jumped to? Like what were the options on the table?
Great question. Okay. Can I tell you a story that you might not know?
Hey,
so
hit me.
at the point of time I was working at Procter & Gamble, right? So P&G. And when I was changing jobs from MediaCom, I had applied to like maybe 50 companies and nobody got back to me. I was either rejected or no one got back to me.
Wait, no way.
Really.
I didn't know this.
I only had 2 job offers from Big 3 Media
Ew.
and
I mean,
P&G.
great.
And no, the thing is, I was still with my ex back then, right? And then it was like, oh, Big Three looks like you have too much fun there. And then, right, here's the crazy part. Big Three offered me more money than P&G. Not that Big Three offered me a lot, right? For P&G, they offer you a low amount first and you earn your way up. So then I was telling my mom, I was like, hey, mom, $200 more at this Big Three. I get to hang out with Ell. It looks so fun. Then she's like, son, you want to start somewhere bigger first and then learn the ropes and then go
Then
somewhere else.
can
I was like, you
scale
know what?
down, yeah.
Okay, my then ex was like, "Rrr." And then my mom was like, for my mom, it's funny because it's her lifelong dream to have a son work at P&G. I shit you not.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You lived up your. This is the Pygmalion effect.
Yes, except I left. So it was so...
Hey, she asked you to join. She didn't ask you to stay.
That's true. I had a long chat with her, and she was very supportive about me leaving.
Yeah.
So I told her the facts. But I was like, never mind, I'll go P&G. So when you came to me with that offer, I saw it as a second chance to join the ever so fun corridor group. I shit you not.
That's
I was like,
insane.
oh my god, I'm gonna hang out with like Elle's friends.
And to be very fair, the first 2 years were banger years.
Was banger. This COVID guy.
Dude, it
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
if not for COVID, right, the intensity of like corridor group was some of the most
Insane.
electric.
Dude, it was insane.
It was like, because in the group, there's like Seth Louis,
yeah, there's Seth,
and there's always free
Crave.
food. There's Crave, there's parties all the time.
We had Reckon then.
It is the closest thing you'll get to Hollywood parties
Exactly.
in Singapore.
It was so good.
It was so good.
Yeah, so
Hollywood parties minus the Harvey Weinsteins and Jeffrey Epsteins.
No. Only
Why do they all have Steins in their name? I'm just wondering.
this is the part where we cut, but
I see.
it's a Jew thing.
Boop.
Yeah, it's a Jew thing.
That's crazy. Oh, it's like that was the closest, and we had so much fun.
That was crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you came out to me, so your question, so I'll answer your question. What would I have done if I didn't join you?
Yeah.
I would have stayed in P&G. So I can
Wow.
tell you, and not many people know this, right? So it's just like podcast exclusive. Right? Maybe only my wife knows this, but like I love my job there. And I was committed to retiring there. The only reason why I left, 80% of the reason why I left or thought of leaving was because I didn't get along with my boss and I was too immature to manage my manager. Today, if I had a boss like that, I completely know how to work around it. But I was too immature to deal with my boss back then. But it was honestly my dream job. I love the work.
Oh my goodness.
I love the company. I was prepared to retire. I shit you not. I was prepared to spend like 20, as long as they would have had me, right? I would try my best, obviously, right? I don't know, Dunning-Kruger or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I would try my best. But if they had me, I was prepared to stay all the way.
So let's say hypothetical. Today we close shop. We say, okay, this is done. We're donezo here, and you were offered something back at P&G. Would you go back?
Okay, so great question. In all honesty, I am working on something right now, right? So like I work at Connected, right? And I wouldn't go back.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a crazy decision.
Yeah. Hear me out. It's not that, of course, if they would have me, I would be very appreciative. It's just that, and this is a super wild theory, right? I view my career in a Fibonacci sequence. In your first job, you spend 1 to 2 years. In your second job, you spend 2 to 3 years. Then you spend 5, you spend 8, right? Where I'm at today, I need to spend 8 years in this current job in order to go through the cycle. And after 8 years, which is about like 40 maybe, I'll reconsider what I'll do next.
Cool.
But today, if P&G came knocking and like say, hey, we want you back, just do that same thing you're doing back then. We'll pay you whatever you're getting paid now. I think that what I'm doing today at Connected, I wouldn't trade it for P&G.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. The thought has definitely popped in my head. Yeah.
I get it. I think this is like great advice for like people who are approaching their careers, you know what I'm saying? And the big reason why I wanted to do this episode was because the thought process that goes into what is a job, and now the market's really difficult to like secure something that's great. Don't see it as isolated. Like everything is an experience regardless. And some things have to happen for other things to unlock. In my mind today, the choices that we made, whether it was starting an agency, starting a board game company, doing stuff like Connected that you and I both work on, those are the things that are integral to our life experiences. And it's hard to reverse it, but the thing, as long as you're, how do I say this, like critical, and you're absorbing things and you see everything as like an opportunity, I guarantee that synthesis of information, you need it in order to proceed into something further and greater. You have no idea where it's going to go, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be valuable regardless.
I mean, Steve Jobs says, right, you can only connect the dots looking backwards.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I wouldn't go back is because I don't see myself as a marketer today. I see myself more as like a business person than I do a marketer, right?
Yeah.
I would have never seen myself being a business person. Deep in my heart, I know it's marketing.
It's marketing.
Right? I love marketing. But where I'm at today, I can't practice my marketing, right? I'm just not in a position to be a marketer anymore. But do I miss it? Some nights. But like, do I want to go back there? No, I don't think so.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying also. But one of the things I'm extrapolating from it also is, honestly, the concrete vision that I thought I had as a child, I think I think I might have been too attached to those things. Careers are way more fluid than that. Like people, you know? It's I think life is interesting because your experiences will change your trajectory. And you should, be embraced. I think it's important to embrace that volatility. Let life take you into the places that, and don't be afraid of that change.
Right. But as you embrace it and you go on kind of a roller coaster, right? What are some signals that maybe you should get off at the next stop? Because it's very easy to go like roll with the punches and go like, you know what, this is great. I'm learning. But do you have any advice on like what are some signals that maybe you should get off at the next stop?
I'm usually the kind of person who feels like if I'm not applying myself, like you feel like you've maxed out on your application at this current stage in your job, right? You're doing the same cyclical things and you've gotten the reps in, and you feel like there's no means of improvement or like marginal improvement for the amount of work you have to do. I think that's great time for you to move on to something else. Take your skills, go to a place where there is a new stretch goal, that there is a new way to express that technical skill you have, creative skill that you may have, management skill you may have, or even better still, if none of these things excite you, honestly, go start something. Go make something happen. Sorry. I think that's a big reason why we call the company Start Something also. Because I genuinely believe in sometimes all you have left is you can rely on yourself. External environment is very helpful, it's very important, but end of the day, you live for you, right?
So the motivation to make the move is very intrinsic.
It's very
intrinsic. It comes from within, right? It's not like, oh, my colleagues are not nice person or my boss is a nightmare. Correct me if I'm wrong, what you're saying is that as long as you feel like you can grow, continue to apply yourself in what you love, it's worth the ride.
It's definitely worth the ride. I think it's important to be self-evaluative about, what do you want? A job isn't just about what can you give. It's about what you can receive as well.
Is there a facet of yourself that you would like to apply more at work?
So many, dude. I think in terms of creating things, we're in this era where ideas are worth less and less every single time. With things like AI being quite prevalent, a lot of people are worried about their jobs. I know that a lot of technical marketing can be erased quite easily just because AI is just getting so smart. When I write episodes for the podcast and I need ideas for questions or, just brainstorming, the freaking Gemini just does it so much faster than me sitting down in front of a piece of paper. So it's about I've learned to adapt a little bit more, right? Let the tools I have at my disposal help me reach that next level. If I don't have to brainstorm the ideas, let me go deeper. Let me think about what other angles can be considered. I use this as a springboard now. And I feel like the way I need to apply myself at work is really in manifesting these things. If ideas are plentiful, if there is no shortage of information available, can I be a better synthesizer? Can I be a better creator? Right? If everyone has info in abundance, the only thing that's stopping you from reaching that next level is what are you making with your own two hands?
It's funny because you use creative and creator differently.
Yes.
You view creativity as something that AI can support you, but the ability to synthesize and create is very different from being a creative.
100%.
So
The creative mindset is one of like thinking outside of the box or thinking about patterns and matching things.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people think of creative solely as out of the box. It's like, do I have a novel idea? And I hate to say this, but like novel ideas are not worth as much anymore in my mind. There's a lot of people who can come up with novel ideas, but it's always down to the execution.
Yeah.
In the 100% breakdown of a good project, I think only 10% is a great idea. 90% is finesse in execution. And so I never try to serve the idea. I always try to serve the execution. And that's and that to me was a profound breakthrough in terms of how I want to apply myself at work. Because if not for thinking about how will this present itself, how can I make it better with the tools at my disposal, I think we're all just we're no different from AI. We're just churning. Yeah. Right. Who else can? I mean, if AI can be generative with art and stuff, what makes me different is my ability to express my own hands. Saying that I made this thing, I made this, and I to kind of like talk about the counterpoint to thinking outside of the box. When you're thinking in the box, it is about pattern recognition.
Yeah.
It's like, can I see trends? Can I see how things fit together in this macro puzzle of life?
Dude, I need to link you this video. Actually, I think there is a Stanford study that people tend to be more creative when they're asked to think within the box, not outside of the box, right? If
I
you're
know
thinking
exactly what you're talking about.
You know, you've seen this, right?
I know exactly
it's
what you're
crazy.
talking about.
Yeah.
Getting people to work within boundaries allows the variables to not be so wild. And because those variables are a little bit more contained, it's like playing with a puzzle piece, like Lego bricks, right? If I only gave you 30 bricks to play with, the question is, what can you build out of these 30? As opposed to, how many bricks do you need to make the thing that you want?
Yeah.
That's not fun. If I had infinite bricks, honestly, not as interesting.
Yeah, monkeys with a typewriter.
Yeah. I rather have fewer bricks and make something interesting out of those fewer bricks. Because then it's like, they thought of this way of configuring the resources that they had. Yeah.
And I think like that's how the Lego master builders work, right? They have a finite amount of, as in when they're creating new things, you have a finite amount of bricks and it's like, what can you make?
I've not watched the series. I heard it's pretty good.
There's another documentary about Lego. Yeah, about like how Lego, the rise and fall.
There's the
and
one
rise.
with Will Arnett or Will Arquette. Will Arnett? He's the voice of BoJack.
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. Yes.
David Arquette.
David Arquette, Will Arnett. Yeah, Will Arnett hosts Lego Masters, dude.
Oh, that's a game show, yeah.
It's It's kind of sick how they build shit. I already seen it on TikTok, so you know.
Okay, I have one last what if question for you.
Sure.
What if you woke up tomorrow, you didn't have a job? What's the first thing you do? So tomorrow you wake up, you're no longer employed by anything in the world.
Oh.
How do you spend your first hour? I mean, after like getting ready and stuff.
Oh, that's a great one. I actually think if I really had to be faced with a decision, I'm going for like a walk, like 100%. Actually, I do that all the time when I'm like lost.
Yeah.
I didn't tell this to you yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday, right? Oh my god, I can't believe like yesterday was just Sunday. So we went to the airport yesterday to have dinner. Before I went there, and I was super early, I just walked around the entire place because I was feeling down. I was like worrying a lot about like, you know, business type things. In my head, I was just like, I need to start decoupling. So that's why when we talked after that, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes the walk is all you need, and with no stimulus. You need zero stimulus. So no earphones, no form of like touching my phone.
Yeah.
I just walk around Changi Airport, and it is amazing. I think we need clarity. That's the play.
That is so true. Actually, you need boredom. I'll send you another link. There's a video about boredom. The importance of boredom in collecting your thoughts and stimulating your mind, right? Is so underrated.
100%.
No wonder you were so clear at the end. Not that you're not always clear, but last night you had clarity.
Yeah, it's usually like I will try to be as articulate as I can, but you'll find that the articulation comes better after I've had like an hour just for myself.
Yeah.
Like if I'm put on the spot, I will BS something out. Like that's not a problem.
Yeah.
But the best thoughts I have are like from sitting down, no stimulus. That's because that's what we were like when we were kids.
Yeah.
No PS3, you know, before I got that big paycheck.
Very Thanos of you.
Very
sitting on the
Thanos.
grass.
Yeah. Oh my god, I was like Thanos in the camp, you know, when they find him for the second time.
No, because he woke up one day, his job was done.
Oh yeah. He already solved this thing.
He did his job. So he woke up
God. unemployed,
no longer the Mad Titan.
Shit.
And then he was like, I don't know, WSG got a
I'm not
course
looking
for me.
forward to retirement.
Yeah, someone come and cut your head off.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so I
Wild.
guess going into our parting thoughts, our parting thoughts and takeaways. I mean, this is a big one for me. I've started to see that careers are not necessarily linear. Like, it's not a straight line. And you can't perfectly plan for it. You can have vision and you can like aim for certain things, but it would be a big mistake to think that it will always be according to plan.
Definitely. Let me frame it for you. A career is just a formal way of spending your time. That's all. It's not a job. It is not working for someone. It's not working for yourself. It's just a formal way of spending and accounting for your time.
Yeah,
Nothing. Yeah.
totally true.
If tomorrow I went and walked in circles to raise money for rice, that's a career. And
That's part of things.
so
you're trying
this
to do.
guy,
Yeah.
sorry, small sidetrack,
go
but
for
this
it.
guy is about to complete his 25-year journey of walking from Thailand, I think, back to his home in Italy. I'm getting the countries wrong, but basically he walks from Southeast Asia. He's sponsored to walk from Southeast Asia back to Europe. 25 years, just walking. That's a career.
So wait, he's.
So he
I need to get it straight. He's actually just walking from point A to point B.
point A to point B with a sponsor. He walked from point A to point B, no transport. Right?
Oh
so
my goodness.
on days he had to cross seas, and I mean I could be very wrong, but I was just reading the lore on TikTok, right? He would lie on a float when he's not swimming to rest, and then he'd swim. So he
This is not a Google Maps thing, right? Where he's trying to like.
No, that'd be incredibly slow. No, when he started, there wasn't Google Maps.
Wait, how long ago was this?
1999. Okay.
Oh my god, he's still
walks.
Wait, so he's almost done.
Yeah, so man walks around the world.
So wait. So he's done basically.
Yeah.
If it's 999, more than 25 years have passed.
Yes, something like that, right?
Holy moly, dude! That actually blows my mind.
The BBC.
Thank you, BBC.
Carl Bushby, round the world walker, prepares for home stretch. Carl Bushby set off from Chile in 1998. Since then, he has walked across American and Asian continents, swam 300 km across the Caspian Sea, fought off ice lumps and polar bears through the Bering Strait, all without using any form of transport. The former paratrooper has less than 2,000 miles left to walk before he arrives at his home city of Hull.
When was this article dated?
11 June 2025. So
Holy
he's
shit,
almost there.
He's almost there.
He's almost there.
This is insane.
And this is a career. So paratrooper found some sponsors, decided to walk around the world.
Oh my
it's
god!
What they call an unbroken round the world walk.
There must be a countdown timer somewhere.
November 1st, 1998, 36,000 miles to go.
Holy moly!
No, it's crazy. Like I think he was in one city where he couldn't figure out how to get to the next, and he had spent 5 years in that city plotting how to get across like a 300 km like lake.
He took
river.
that song very seriously. If I could walk
36,000
500 miles. Wow.
Yeah, dude. He walked 36,000 miles.
Greatest career ever.
He swam 31 days straight across the Caspian Sea last year.
Johnny Walker should have sponsored this guy.
Dude, keep walking, man.
Keep walking.
He's gonna arrive in Hull September 2026.
Oh my god, wait.
No.
He needs one more year.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like sidetrack this. But
this
dude,
is clippable.
yeah. So this, right? Okay. Yes. I'll give you the clippable. Have you heard of the Goliath expedition? Carl Bushby has been walking around the world unbroken route since 1998. He's going to complete it in 1 year and they're calling this the Goliath Expedition. 58,000 miles. 58,000 km, sorry, because he's British. Yeah, so 58,000 kilometers. Still in progress. 31 days at sea. 5 years stuck in a place where he couldn't figure out his way forward. Through COVID, lost his sponsors, picked it up again. He's going to finish it in 1 year's time.
Through COVID.
58,000 km through COVID. Don't know where he got his vaccine. Get this. He's 56 years old now.
So he's been walking since he was in his 20s.
Since he was in his 20s. That is a career.
That is a career.
Yeah.
What a storied career.
Yeah. A career is a formal way of spending time.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Bless up. Bless up.
Shit, he swam 132 hours.
What the... Dude, this is the real Saitama.
Dude.
This guy's crazy. I bet he's fit as heck.
Nobody has an accent. He looks a bit chubby. No. Okay, no. Sorry, I take that back. He has a 56-year-old body, but he's kind of lean. You know, at 56 you sag and shit, right? But no, man, dude. Man, he's wild, Carl
Man is
Bushby,
wild.
yeah. He's a British paratrooper for the British Army. That's crazy.
Yeah. No,
Dude.
I dig it. Hey, Godspeed to this man. I hope we'll celebrate it in a year's time, okay?
Yeah.
Google, please remind me. Alexa, please remind me when Carl Bushby makes it back to Hull.
We couldn't afford Alexa anymore.
Shit. All right, Gemini. I pay for
Crazy,
Google
dude.
Suite. I pay for Google Suite.
Let me tell you, this is a career. Okay, back
Yeah.
to our regularly scheduled agenda.
I think as the last bit, I think I wanted to do this episode also to kind of encourage people. A lot of young folks have, I guess, talked to us about, the struggles of finding a job and what does it mean to have like a career. Somewhere at this point, like, I don't think I'll make it into this field anymore. Or like this field's kind of sunsetting, but I spent most of my university prepping for it. A lot of business folks in particular, right? And I thought, just from sharing our stories, that there are a lot of jobs that we thought were crazy when we were kids. And somehow they're jobs today. I think at some point in time when we were young, I was like, wow, if only I could play games every day for the rest of my life and make money. Guess what? People are doing that right now. Like streamers are making insane amount of cash playing games. Live streaming is a real thing,
It's
right?
a thing.
It's a real thing. You can sell stuff from the comfort of your home.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, these are jobs, even YouTubing. Like, dude, did I ever think that making skits would make us money? No,
dude.
right? But it became a reality. So don't worry so much. I would say, like, if you have a crazy idea that you think could work, give it a chance. I mean, while you're still young, while you still have that energy, I think it's okay to pour passion. You see those guys who held the rave in the mall?
Yes, dude, that was so good. The CNA was down. That's crazy, right?
Right. I think crazy ideas have a place in this world. Shake it up. Don't be afraid. You never know what's viable.
And if it doesn't work, no time well spent is wasted time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For you will have learned a lesson. You will have learned something so invaluable, and you never know when it's going to take you. From the time that we were making board games in my house for funsies, it turned into an actual thing.
Dude, from the time we were making stupid videos in secondary 2, hitting each other with like pots and pans, kicking each other in the nuts.
Yep.
Till next year when we film our episode with numb nuts. That's crazy, dude.
And we're doing, who knew talking into a mic could be like, radio DJs now, but like for us, we could do it from the comfort of our home. We didn't have to join MediaCorp or Safra Radio to do
or
this.
SPH Radio.
Or SPH. Are they still around? What do they
They have
do?
Kiss 92.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Ong Yi Kung was on Kiss 92.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's true.
Yeah.
So if you have a unique job, actually, we would love to hear from you because I want to kind of like share these stories with other people. In order to encourage others to pursue their passions, whether it's making oat milk from your own home or whatever, it'll be quite interesting.
What if they don't have a unique job but an idea for a unique job? Can you share that with us?
Yeah, hit us up and maybe we can Shark Tank it for you.
Ooh, okay.
That'd be quite fun.
So what we'll do, right, is we'll create, you tell us the job, we'll create bogus job postings on JobDB, hiring for that role.
Okay.
it'll become a real job.
Yeah.
Geppetto effect.
The Geppetto effect. Yeah, believe it will happen, and so it may seem. Okay, so that's it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, drop all the stuff below.
YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, whatever social media you're seeing this on. We're not going to make multiple cuts because we can't afford it. You'll get one cut with one CTA.
That's all that is.
Yeah, that's all we can afford, guys.
All right, see you next time. Wee, that was fun.
That was really fun.
That was really fun.
Yeah.